All right, we are back to Pacific Raceways. This is the Masters 45 plus race, and this is the 11th race in the 2025 season. There's only one more race after this, and I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. We are going to be going into kind of the second lap here. Right in front of me in the red, you can see Ian Tubbs, and Andrew Martin from Tisby Hero in the white on the left just made an attack, and Ian follows him. So those are probably two of the strongest Masters racers in Washington. Andrew Martin, congratulations, just won the Masters 45 to 49 track championships in the sprint and in the points race this year. So he's a two-time national champion now. And Ian Tubbs is just, I don't even know all his accolades, but he's always been super strong ever since I started racing a long time ago. Coming into this race, my teammate Doug was leading the series, and I was a couple points, or actually, I was 1 point out of third place. So, kind of the goals in this race are hopefully solidify Doug's position in first place, and me, I'm hoping to gain a few points on Bradley Haley from Liquid Velo. Everybody is here for this race today. It's not a lot of people. I think there's only like 18 in the race. But we do have Andrew from 10 Speed Hero, who is challenging Doug for first place and basically is unbeatable if he wants to be. And Bradley's here. We've also got Greg Hoagland from Taco Time, who is an amazing sprinter. So it's going to be a tough job for us to do what we want to do. And in addition to that, having Ian Tubbs here, who doesn't normally race here, adds a wild card. Everybody knows he's strong. Everybody's going to be marking him. He's great at breakaways. He's great at sprinting. So that's going to make the dynamics a little different than normal. As you can see, we're still all chasing Andrew and Ian down, I believe. I think it all comes together here in just a few seconds. This was a hot one. As you can see down there in the lower left, it's 91 degrees, which again for us is super hot. And then you got that's Greg from Taco Time right in front of me right now. I'm gonna jump ahead to the next bit of excitement. So we're several laps later, and I see Ian winding it up. So I figure I'll try to jump on his wheel. And I believe Andrew Martin from Tisbit Hero is right behind me. And that doesn't really turn into anything. I keep pushing on the front a little bit, but I believe that the peloton is marking us. Like I said, anytime Ian is going to go for it, I think everybody's going to be on high alert. And so breakaway probably not going to happen if he's in it. There goes my teammate Doug right up there. And then Chip from Liquid Velo on the left makes an attack. Chip's been telling me that every time I try to make a solo break, he tells the peloton to just leave me out there to hang. So I'm hoping we do the same to him. Just kidding, Chip. Anyway, you can see him up there. He's got a little bit of a gap, but they're not giving him too much leash. He's a good breakaway rider as well, so got to keep an eye on him. Looks like Greg from Taco Time is going to the front. And I believe that's Brian from Apex behind him. Then you got Andrew, then you got Ian, and then you got Stuart on my team, Huggins Berman right there in front of me. We are pretty much all back together. We're almost halfway through the race. You can see Chip still has a little bit of a gap there, but I'm going to jump forward. All right, we got another attack going on the right. I think that was Todd Drive from Drop Bar that started it. Gets a pretty good reaction from the field, so everybody jumps on. The initial attackers kind of give up, but I think is that Doug on my team that keeps pushing through. Got Chad from Mercedes in there, right in front of me. It all kind of comes back together. This is a preem lap. You can see Mike Robson in the white there on the left. Actually, no, that's Andrew right there. You'll see Mike come up to him in a second. I think they're talking strategy about trying to get the points for the preem. To be honest, I was in the back on that lap, so I don't know what happened. So I'm going to jump ahead again. And there goes Bradley Haley from Liquid Velo. Andrew jumps on his wheel. Actually, I think this might have been the end of the preem lap. I am definitely not going for the preem. I'm just trying to stay in touch with the front group in case anybody tries to break away. So the guys contesting the preem do have a little bit of a gap there, but I don't think they were actually trying to continue that and push forward. And that's Bradley Haley right there in front of me. Thank you to the girl that was spraying water on us every lap as we went by. Everybody appreciated that. Everybody's kind of fighting for the wall to get as close as possible to get sprayed every time. You got 3 guys up there still with a little bit of a gap. One of those being Andrew, I believe. Possibly Ian as well. I see Bradley going, so I decide that I need to jump on his wheel. Like I said, he is ahead of me in the points for 3rd place right now for the series. So I definitely want to keep an eye on him and make sure that I'm as close as possible to him and hopefully ahead of him at the end of the race. That doesn't really go anywhere, but my teammate Tyler gets a little bit of a gap. I was hoping he would actually continue to attack through, but he did not in this scenario. All right, so we're going to jump ahead a couple laps. I decide I might as well give it a go. I don't know why I was thinking that I would do this. Probably not the smartest move by me. But the pace was a little bit slow at that point in the race, and nobody was seeming to be interested in pushing it too hard. Thought maybe I'd have a chance. As you can see, I'm not actually following through on that brake attempt. There goes Chip again. Actually, was that Bradley? It might have been Bradley that time. In this case, I think I was thinking, well, if he's on his own, he'll probably get caught. And we got Mike Robson from 10-Speed Hero doing the chasing right now. Got Greg behind him, and then James from my team. So I figure that won't last too long. Hopefully it'll sap some energy from Bradley's legs. And that brake is shut down. Then we got another attack from Drop Bar over there on the left. Had a lot of little attacks in this race that nobody was willing to commit to, it seemed. I think part of that was having both Ian and Andrew here at the race and knowing that if they wanted to, they could shut it down or have their teams help them shut it down. I do see Bradley going up on the left-hand side, so I figure better pay attention. Luckily, I'm able to slot in behind Greg. And again, another one of those kind of half-hearted breakaway attempts that doesn't go anywhere. All right, so we are jumping into the final lap here. It's all stayed together the whole race. And it's going to come down to the sprint, which is problematic because Andrew Martin from 10 Speed Hero is almost always going to win the sprint. Although it'll be interesting to watch and see if he can beat Ian Tubbs from Mercedes. This course is long enough, it's almost 2 miles each lap, and wide enough that, to be honest, at this point, position in the pack is not that important. And again, I think there were only 18 of us racing this early race. So you didn't have to worry about wanting to be in the top 5 or anything like that at this point. And actually, probably don't want to be so far forward at this point. All right, we got everybody there. There's Doug right there to my left. We got Andrew in front of him. Got Chad from Mercedes right there. And right straight in front of me is Bradley. And Stewart from my team makes an attack on the right-hand side, which is great. That's a little early. There's still almost a mile left, but it keeps the pace a little higher, so that's definitely good. So you got Ian in the red, Andrew in the white. My teammate Doug is right behind them. Bradley's right in front of them. Got Mike Rogers from 10 Speed Hero in the blue right there. And there's Greg, Taco Time. I believe that's Mike Robson from 10 Speed Hero right up in the white there. And in front of them is Stewart from my team. So I actually slot in behind Greg. And Mike ups the tempo. I'm in a pretty darn good position for a sprint here. I know Greg is really good, and I know Mike is really good too. So as soon as he sits down, I go off to the right. But unfortunately, Ian and Andrew right over there on the left end up taking it. Andrew takes it. Ian gets second. Bradley actually gets third, and I ended up fourth. And Doug ended up fifth. So wasn't actually the best results for us, but we still got some points. And here are the current standings. One more race to go.